Hello world, boyfriend back with another pickup video. Now this is a very special pickup video because within this box is my childhood. That's right. I went back home to visit a while back, and I was digging around in my mom's basement, and I stumbled upon this box that contained all of my Sega Genesis stuff that I grew up with. So everything that I had growing up is in this box, which is kind of neat because I grew up, I had a Super Nintendo and I had a Sega Genesis. Those were the two big systems I owned growing up. And the Super Nintendo, you know, went in and out throughout the years, so I don't have like that whole collection anymore. But I thought it was neat that I still have all my Sega Genesis stuff together. You can see exactly what I owned as a childhood. No more, no less. It's all right here. So I thought that would be a fun thing to show you. Such a blast from the past. It's so cool going back and seeing all these games. So let's get into it. First off, where do we start? Oh gosh. Miraculously, I had like 5 controllers. I got a 6-button controller. Whoops. Another 6-button controller. 6-button controller. Those are the good ones. And then I got, I think this is a Model 1 controller because it's got red buttons. Am I right? Or like red lettering on the buttons. Is that a Model 1? I think so. And then I think a Model 2 3-button controller because this just has regular white lettering on the buttons and stuff. Then I got, let's see, whoops, I think this is a PlayStation 1 extension cable for the controller. I guess I had that too. And then, goodness gracious, the RF switch. Power adapter is already out of here. And the Genesis itself. So I had a Model 2 growing up. I don't even know if this thing still works. I think I have like 3 Genesis Model 2s now. Set that there. Okay, let's get to the good stuff. What you came for, right? The games. So, where do I start? How about we start here? Winter Olympic Games. I don't even remember how or why I have this. Lilyhammer 94. You know, I do remember playing this game every once in a while. You know, you'd be on those like the rainy Saturday afternoons. You're like, oh gosh, I've played every game to death. What game do I never play? Oh yeah, Winter Olympic Games. And then you end up, you know, 2 hours go by and you're like, gosh, I've been playing the friggin' ski jump for 2 hours. Yeah, I have no idea when I got this game. No memory of that. A lot of these games, I have no idea how I got them. I only remember receiving a couple of these for birthdays and stuff. Beavis and Butthead. This is the superior version of this game. You know, with the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis, a lot of licensed properties would have different games. And so there's a Super Nintendo Beavis and Butthead. It's not as good as the Sega Genesis. The Sega Genesis is the better one. Adventures of Batman and Robin. This is a pretty neat game. Very, very hard. Extremely hard. Kind of a Contra type game with Batman. Isn't that weird? Yeah, kind of a run and gun. But very, very difficult. You're lucky if you make it to level 3 in that game. Let's start at the beginning of this series. Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog, classic, right? Everybody that owns a Sega Genesis has to have Sonic the Hedgehog. And look at this, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, not for resale. I think that's the one that came with the system, right? Was it a spider web? Gross. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. A lot of people's favorite is that one, but my favorite is Sonic the Hedgehog 3. But not just that one. Sonic and Knuckles. See, what happens is you take that, shove that on there, boom, you've got the whole game right here. So yeah, it was supposed to be one long game, but they split it onto 2 carts for some reason. So this is the first 6 stages, and this is the second 6 stages. Isn't that weird? So to get the full ending and everything, you gotta stick them together like so. Love this game. Very fun. Very, very fun. NFL 98. The Ooze. Now this is a hard game. You play, as the title suggests, a puddle of ooze, green ooze, and your life meter is basically you get smaller as a puddle. of ooze. I don't remember much about this game, except this is extremely difficult as well. Mortal Kombat. Now everyone knows when it comes to the first Mortal Kombat, the Genesis version is superior. Why? Because it has blood, as every Mortal Kombat should. That's like one of the trademark things of Mortal Kombat. You gotta have blood. That's a cornerstone of the series. And you know, Mortal Kombat was fun because that was one of the few games that I remember playing vividly with my dad. We really got into Mortal Kombat. I remember he was the first one to get like all the way to Goro. And I was like, oh my gosh, Dad, you got to Goro, it's crazy. But he could never beat Goro. And then young Curtis got all the way up to Goro, beat him, got to Shang Tsung, beat him, beat the game. And I was like, suck it, Dad, in your face. And he never played another video game again. All right. Oh man, I don't know why I have all these sports games. I don't remember ever playing them. Madden 96, NHL 96. I do remember playing this one. Super Baseball 2020. This is actually a pretty fun game because 2020 takes place. Oh my gosh, that's only 5 years from now. It takes place in the future, so you're playing like these robots and stuff. It's pretty fun. What I remember of it is pretty fun. Madden 94. NHL 94, we were obviously hockey and football fans. Animaniacs. This game rules. I don't know if this would be considered a hidden gem on the Sega Genesis. I don't know a lot about the Genesis and what's gems and what's rare and all that jazz, but I love this game. I just beat it recently. Mickey Mania. Man, I remember playing this one a lot when I was a kid. You go through all like these famous like Mickey Mouse cartoons and you play them, which is great. I love that idea. And the animation, all these Disney games had really fantastic animation. But yeah, really, I would recommend this one too. It's very, very fun. X-Men 2. Holy crap. You want to talk about hard games? X-Men friggin' 2. I don't think I've ever beaten the second level, the space level. Ugh, but it's cool. What's cool about this game is it throws you right into the game right away. As soon as you boot it up, you are just randomly given an X-Men and you have to beat this like snow level, which is great. And then after you beat that level, only after do you actually like start the real game, which is neat. A couple more. Probably, oh gosh, is this my favorite game that I owned growing up? Maybe. Earthworm Jim 2. I played the heck out of this game. And you know what I never realized is that in each level you have little collectible things that act as almost like a save game. So if you collect them all, you can go back to those levels. So you don't always have to start at the beginning of the game if you shut it off. Well, guess what? I always started at the beginning of the game when I shut it off because I didn't realize that's what that did. I tell you, young Curtis did not read the instruction manuals, that's for sure. And the last game I have is The Adventures of Mighty Max. Now, if you've heard me talk about it before, Mighty Max is my favorite cartoon show of all time. I love it. And this game was such a disappointment. Oh my gosh, was this game lame. But I vividly remember buying this game. I think it was in, I want to say maybe KB Toys or EB Games. I forget. It was one of those two in a mall. I was with my dad and my brother. We went in. We all loved Mighty Max. We wanted to get this game so bad. We got Mighty Max, and when you got it, it came with, I can't believe I still have this, freaking out. It came with this wonderful VHS tape with one of the best episodes of the series, Let Sleeping Dragons, what the heck is hanging off that? Let Sleeping Dragons Lie. Now, if you've never heard Mighty Max, you've probably heard of the toy line, which is a lot like Polly Pocket, but Mighty Max, oh, this is so cool. And there was one other thing in this box, and I would consider this the creme de la creme. It's not even a Sega Genesis game. It has nothing to do with Sega Genesis, but because we're talking about Mighty Max, I thought I would show one of my favorite VHS. There's tape on it. I'm taking tape off it right now. One of my favorite VHSs growing up. Mighty Max, the Skullmaster Trilogy. Look at that. Wow. This is a real treat to find. So what this is it's says a feature-length adventure. I guess it is. It takes 3 episodes from the first season and kind of edits it into a film, or you really just watch the 3 episodes in a row. But what's neat is the first season kind of had a through-line arc with the Skullmaster. And so these are the 3 episodes all together. Whoa! Freaking sweet, right? So anyway, that was the box that I found at home. Nothing else. Paper in there. Yeah, so that was my childhood with Sega Genesis. Right there. Those were all the games I owned. I've never gotten rid of them. I haven't lost any. That's it right there. How cool is that? What are you guys' thoughts? Do you remember what games you had in your childhood collections? And share your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. Anyway, there we go. That's it. I'm done talking. Boyfriend, out.